Recording this video after close of trade Wednesday, 22nd of June 2011, and apologies for not putting out a video yet. Yesterday I had a little bit of an emergency I had to attend to, so try and make up for it today in today's video. And in today's activity, what we did, we just formed our pullback and a downtrend on the 135-minute chart. I've been talking about this. This is the trend move that I'm looking to finish, complete if you like, that will coincide with a cyclical support level on the weekly time frame. So I've been looking for this pullback and a downtrend to signal. A couple of days ago I was talking about the 75 level here that was going to be kind of absolutely critical. I thought we were just going to get kind of no activity prior to the Fed meeting, and then there'd be kind of an explosive move after the Fed meeting. Well, what we had was we had that explosive meeting prior to the Fed on Tuesday. We kind of gapped up through 75, really strong day, so that was two kind of strong trending days, and then found resistance at the end of yesterday and found a high in the morning today, and then sold off in the afternoon. You can see that amateur up bar into that pullback level. So, and what I'm trying to show here on the better momentum is that you often get these signals where you've got your exhaustion selling quite a long time ago, and we've been making this kind of bullish divergence patterns in the meantime. These usually finish up with, again, some kind of explosive selling volume. That doesn't end up usually being an exhaustion selling, but sometimes a flush selling signal there, kind of flushing out all of those sellers. So that's what I'm going to be looking for over the next couple of days. We had quite a lot of selling after the Fed or during the Fed press announcement, and that's kind of kept going, and so these things need to complete, and I think there's going to be some follow-through tomorrow. So that's what I'll be looking for over the next couple of days. For me, the question is on the hypothesis chart. Okay, we found this bottom, we've rallied, and for me the big question is, well, do we give up now and just keep going, dropping through this kind of 1260 type level and find that weekly support here? Or do we find this support in the next couple of days, rally back, and then kind of come down? So two kind of things playing in my mind. The other thing to make a note of, I mean, everybody should know that I'm a perma bear, and I think this market's going to hell in a handbasket. But on the weekly time frame, you know, we're in a downswing until we get this support on the weekly time frame. This is going to be a critical kind of level kind of coming in, and I'm suggesting this is a 10-point kind of 10 to 12-point percentage type move from high to low, bin Laden high to the low here. So, you know, don't be in any confusion. I'm not saying we're in a uptrend or a bull market. We're just in a correction phase of a downtrend move. Now, on all of the risk-on markets, what we've had, and been talking about this last couple of days, is cyclical supports been put in on all of these charts. Now, those cyclical support levels are absolutely key. If they are broken in any way going forward, we're going to have a big sell-off. So those levels, and I'm going to just go through these on crude. You know, it's about 91 here. Silver, we've had one very weak kind of rally that we're getting in silver. Gold, we've had one. Don't forget, I mean, everybody's saying, wow, you know, gold kind of had a strong move today. But, you know, a couple of days ago, no demand, amateur up bar into here, support's been put in. But that trade station just disconnected me from the network and refreshed all my charts. Anyway, just talking about these support levels, here's the support on Aussie dollar that's come in over the last couple of days. Another support level on the euro kind of come in. We've not had one print yet on copper. But if we get a little bit of strength over the next couple of days, and you know, copper's always spoken of as a leading indicator, it's quite interesting that that's kind of not made some kind of support signal lately. So just to say that these support levels now are absolutely key. If we drop through those on a couple of these kind of risk on markets, that'll be, you know, the signal that we're moving into a much deeper kind of move. And then just on the higher time frame tip bar charts, 13,500 tip bar chart, this is the move that we were playing out intraday. So this is the strength through 75 that we had yesterday, kind of explosive up move, and today's activity was a pullback back to an end of trend, in finding this end of trend and then selling off. And I actually talk about that during my day trades, because the 1500 tip bar chart was playing out beautifully to find these kind of lows and highs. And again, that's a low time frame to a high time frame, similar to a 135-minute chart times 3 kind of gets you up to a weekly chart. You know, the 13,500 tip bar chart and the 1500 tip bar chart kind of mirror each other in terms of trending moves and cycle moves. So we were kind of finding resistance and bearish divergence up here on the 1500 tip bar chart. Go down to the 4,500 tip bar chart. You know, beginning of the day we had this exhaustion buying, all this professional activity at the highs, profit taking signals around these highs in the 92s, tested back up. This was the FOMC announcement. We had this kind of volatility around here, and then by the time the press conference I think kind of came round, I was in bed. This thing just sold off big time. A lot of blue professional bars coming in, exhaustion selling and so on. But don't forget, in order for us to find a bottom now on this time frame, we've got to find an end of trend, a pullback to an end of trend, and all kinds of divergence, bullish divergence signals to slow this thing down. So there's a ways to go before this finds a bottom. And on the 40,500 tip bar chart, this is the kind of exhaustion buying that we've had over the last few days. We kind of maxed out, bearish divergence, and we kind of rolled over. So quite extreme in terms of the selling at the end of the day. So let's see where this goes, whether 1260 holds or whether, and the support level on all of those risk on markets holds, or we're going to break through them and kind of keep on going. So going back to the hypothesis chart, we'll either hold here over the next couple of days and kind of move back up, or we'll break through and find that support on the weekly chart time frame kind of earlier rather than later. Just on my day trading charts, just brought up the 1500 tip bar chart just to show you what I was up to during today. We had a beautiful little icebreaker trade early on in the day. First blue professional bar, taking the break of that. Usually I'm waiting for a cyclical support on this time frame, support or resistance, so when they kind of come together. But in the pre-open we'd had this bottom, you know, professionals coming in the low 80s, and it held. We had bullish divergence, so I had a little bit of a long bias here, so took the break of the high of that first blue professional bar. Icebreaker trade is good for 2 points. Didn't actually get out the first time we kind of hit this 2 points, and it took me to be taken out the third time through that resistance level. And when we had that blue professional bar and the highs being taken, I should have known to actually cancel that target at 2 and ride it to 4, because the move was good for 4 points up to the high here. So that was a shame I only got out with 2 there. Tried to reverse and go short at that point because we were running out of steam, but then when that blue professional bar kind of came in, I reversed and went long. That was a half-point loss, and this ended up, because when this did run out of steam, it just got out at par here, re-entered at cyclical support. So we had all kinds of blue professional bars on the 500 and the 4500, but not on the 1500 tip bar chart, finding this support level here, exhaustion selling and so on. So took a long trade at this point, rode that to the end of trend. That was good for 2 1/4, and then we couldn't quite kind of break down at this point. We had a couple of blue professional bars here, and I re-entered to go long up to that high and got out almost at the high, which was a nice move just for 2 at the end of the day there. And then that was me done for the day. Then we had all the FOMC, just watched that kind of as that was happening, and then we kind of sold off in the after hours. So good day for me, made 5 3/4 points. A little bit, you know, this is kind of the style of my trading. I'm kind of in and out for 2 and a bit points most of the time. But anyway, hope you had a good day's trading, and I'll tag on my day trades. I just got long 85.75. And the reasons for getting long, a little bit of an icebreaker trade, 1500 tip bar chart, first blue professional bar, and got just initially a little bit of a long bias just because we've found some support over the pre-open on the 1500 tip bar chart. These blue professional bars kind of coming into the 82, 83 area here, bullish divergence after that. So there we go. So we're just long 85.75, and if it's an icebreaker trade, just looking for 2 points. Let's see where this goes. Oh, there we go. Third time's a charm out at 87.75. Didn't get taken out the first couple of tries up at 87.75. We kind of came back to support, and this last push up took us out finally. Now, thinking about maybe looking for a reversal trade. We've had exhaustion buying and bearish divergence. Got blue professional bars. Kind of if we turn around, maybe if we find kind of resistance here on the 45. But so out for 2. Let's just hunt around for the next little trade. And of course we just went to 89.75, which would have been 4 points and one shot, one kill and out. But them's the breaks. I'm just looking for a short trade after this kind of flush signal. Got blue professional bar up here on the 15. Got a cyclical turn happening. Here we go. So we might kind of be looking to go short in a second. Okay, just got short 89.50. Just checking my stops and targets. Not particularly clear in terms of cycles here because we've overshot the 500 tip bar chart, but we got this cyclical turn happening on the 45 a little bit early for that. Whole series of flush signals on the 500 tip bar chart here. Kind of rolling over. Would have liked these to be kind of the bearish divergence signals to be close to the 0 line and more blue professional bars. So, you know, there ought to be more kind of confirmation. I hope we're not going to find bounce off this resistance become support here. I hope we're not going to bounce off there and then find another blue professional bar up at 90. But anyway, so short 89.50. Just reversed and went long 12.90 even. So half point loss on that last one, and the reason for going long, whole series of blue professional bars kind of come in here on the 500 and one on the 1500 tip bar chart. This thing isn't over until we see kind of more blue professional bars kind of at the highs. And just this pullback, first of all, being led, initially amateur up bar, and then we kind of had going down with amateur down bars, and then the professionals kind of stepped in and took it up. Yeah, we've broken above 1500, and this wasn't just like a little bit of an overshoot and kind of turning over. So maybe this needs a little bit more, room on the upside before it turns around. This doesn't look like going to look like it's a pullback to end a trend move. So maybe it's got a little bit. Okay, so here we go. Blue professional bar coming on the 1500 tip bar chart. So it's going the right way at the moment. Let's see if we're going to get some kind of exhaustion pattern on the 1500 tip bar chart before this thing kind of turns around. So just long 12.90 even. A couple of minutes later we've got this really wide ranging bars kind of up here. Which usually shows a bit of distribution, but still think this thing's got to pop a little bit. When we see kind of bearish divergence signals like this kind of down on a line, usually ends up with some kind of flush pattern or some kind of larger kind of extreme buying signal before kind of things kind of turn over. This last kind of push down at 89.50 amateur down bar into where we had professional accumulation prior. So, and no blue professional bars yet kind of up here, so I think we're going to push through 91, have some kind of final flurry where we get exhaustion kind of buying on the 15, blue professional bars, new highs, that kind of stuff. So still holding long, and at 90 even, just for a break-even trade. Pushed up to 90 and a half, didn't kind of have the energy to go a little bit higher. It was a Rambo pattern into those highs, bearish divergence, just kind of rolled over. So I think we're going to come back to a pullback and an uptrend on the 1500 tip bar chart, kind of when these things kind of cross over, and have another go at it. So just rather be out for the time being, seeing this weakness at the moment. So see what happens next. Along 88.50. And I hope this is going to generate a bullish divergence signal here on the 500 tip bar chart. Would have been nice to have got on board this. When this thing collapsed, it was dramatic, really fast through kind of 89 down to 87. That was really quick. But we've had a pullback in an uptrend, support level coming on the 1500 tip bar chart. Exhaustion selling on the downside, you can see here. And it would be nice to have kind of blue professional bars kind of coming in here, but just playing the chance that we will get a bounce back up. And that will coincide with 13,500 tip bar chart, an end of trend signal on that time frame. So this is kind of, which is a cyclical turn, an end of trend on the 1500, coinciding with the 13,500. So just had a push down, amateur down bar here, just testing the lows, stopping volume here. So we just need to crack up to 89 and then hopefully we'll kind of test back up. Minutes later, trying to press up into 1290s. All of this is kind of amateur up bar stuff, kind of testing, pushing back, testing into these highs. But I am waiting for blue professional bar to come in on the 1500 tip bar chart and the cyclical turn on the 15 as a signal to kind of get out. Be lucky if I get to 91. 91 would give me 2.5, which would be nice. But let's wait and see. Let's crack through 90 and see those. Here we go. Bang. Blue professional bar coming on the 500. So let's wait for the 15. Out at 90.75. And the reason for getting out there just looked like there was a lot of supply. At 91, and we had our blue professional bar kind of come in. We've got a cyclical turn lining up on the 1500 tip bar chart, so that gives me, what was that, 2.25 on that last one, which gives me 3 3/4 so far. Kind of annoying, the icebreaker trade went for 4 points and I just got out for 2. That was kind of annoying. And just wonder if we're going to turn around. This is going to be end of trend warning signal on the 1500 tip bar chart that's lining up with this cyclical turn on the 13,500, I'd have thought here. So just wonder if we're going to head to the downside, having tested back up into the 91, 92s. So let's see, you're going to watch it, but quite happy to stop there, see if something kind of turns up. We got FOMC at 11:30, so I think things are going to get a little bit quiet. It's 9:35 AM now. Just gone long 91 even, and doesn't look like this thing is over. Just had blue professional bars kind of come in just underneath the resistance here at end of trend. We've not had exhaustion buying on the upside on the 1500 tip bar chart, and the last signal we had was kind of a bullish divergence, which was playing off this exhaustion selling signal here. So I think we're going to go and try and mirror this exhaustion selling signal that we had back at the lows, which is a kind of at a 15,000 type reading. So let's see if I'm right if we get this break. Came out at 93 even for 2, and probably could have made a bit of, yeah, there'll be a better exit now. But the reason for getting out, pro signal exit here on the 1500 tip bar chart. So here's the exhaustion buying. Blue professional bars kind of coming in at the highs, whole family of them here on the 500 tip bar chart. And 92.75 I think was yesterday's high. That's why we got all this kind of, as soon as we kind of hit that area, we just kind of popped a whole bunch of stops kind of here. It's probably going to run a little bit more. So when you get a pattern like that with a whole bunch of similar highs here at 93.5, they usually kind of get taken out. But anyway, so that was nice just to pick up another couple of points, and it's just coming up to 10 AM. So and this could be the end of this move. Just all these blue professional bars coming on the 4500 tip bar chart, and it's lining up on the 13,500 tip bar chart. This whole move, kind of top to bottom. Bottom to top, has been a pullback to an end of trend type pattern here on the 13,500 tip bar chart. But anyway, so that was good. Nice kind of last little trade. So I'm just going to wait around and see what happens when the FOMC announcement comes out.